Let's talk about the OSP now. Let me start with you, lawyer. Kwame Boat. I always say Kojo Boat. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm used to it. I love people calling. So I answer to Kojo as well.
Anyway, what happened between the OSP and Martin Kpebu? Help us appreciate it, because there are too many things involved. Why was he given bail at that particular on that particular day?
To work backwards, he was given bail on that particular day because he was accused of obstructing an officer.
Okay.
Apparently, there was an altercation between him and a military man.
Yes.
And if you look at the criminal code, it really frowns upon engaging into any form of abuse of an officer. It's something that is really frowned on. But as at this stage, we have heard the side of the story. We've heard the side of the OSP. Apparently, from what I have seen in the media, apparently the military man called him, used the word, pardon me to say, stupid. And he also told him that you are also stupid. And then he was arrested for obstructing him. How that constitutes obstruction, I do not know. Because there is a separate crime of abusing a public officer. Obstruction is somebody is coming to arrest you. You are resisting arrest of yourself or resisting arrest of another person or stopping him from doing his work. So if indeed he called the soldier stupid, then I suppose in his defense, he claims he was called stupid first. But I know that the initial issue that took him there was he made some allegations against the office of the Special Prosecutor that they allowed Honorable Oforiatta to leave.
So we have him on the line now.
Okay.
Let's listen to him now. I'll come to you. Martin Kpebu is with us. Martin, good morning to you. Hello? Martin, do I have you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you,
morning.
but it's very low. I hope that... Okay, it's okay now. So, let us in on, maybe you can summarize it. What did you say happened between you and the officer that led to you being charged for... I don't know if it's a charge, but we'll come there. But I'm told you your offense was read, and your offense was that you were obstructing a public official. What really happened?
Okay, good. I just heard about 30 seconds of your other panel. What's his name?
He's Kwame Nkrumah.
Sometimes his own friend. If you say Eyakobe, he will understand.
I say Eyakobe.
Eyakobe. He and I, we have a term. Yes.
He was a year ahead of me at the law faculty.
Yes. Okay, so good. Kojo, what happened was that so let me put the most important part first before I now come to the summary step by step. So I was walking from the security gate to the reception of the OSP. Then the soldier, the one who abused me, called me. He's behind at least maybe 6-7 meters. Called. I'm just going straight to the most, the main statement. That's supposed to be the thrust of the crimes. Before, Then, so his statement, he started talking. As for me, it was a high-pitched voice. As for me, so because of that, I turned to look. So he is like between 5 and 7 meters behind you. So as for me, then I turned. Then he continued. Next time you come here and do that, I will show you, pa. And this is a soldier. So soldier exercise, I will show you, pa. So I shot back. You can't do anything. What have I done wrong? You don't have such powers. Then he said, you are a stupid man. And then I replied. So that is the core part. So I'm walking ahead. He's not in front of me. He emerged from the security post and talked to me. So I had to turn. He didn't even know my name. He didn't even say, officer, or maybe hello, or no. He just started talking. Then I turned. Okay, so that's it too. We'll see where the obstruction lies. Now let's go step by step briefly. So on the day, on Wednesday, I went there 2 p.m. And then usually, like I did on 2 previous occasions, when I pack, then I would go out and grant a few interviews to the media that gather at the in front of the OSP. So when I went out to if you are facing the OSP, you call it the left side, the ECG facility there. So I went, and then Fatal Bayarga of Joy FM, JoyNews, started the interview. So in the course of the interview, a policeman, he was also on duty. So I saw at least 2 soldiers and at least 2 policemen at the security gate. There were other policemen inside, but at the security 2. So one of the policemen, Mr. J, came and started talking to the journalist, not me, the journalist and the cameraman, that no, move. Move. Saying something to the effect that he had told them he would not accept interviews there, or maybe it's against their protocols for interviews to be conducted there. And me, knowing that I have firm grounds, I have firm evidence against Jabin, I didn't want to, get involved in other matters so quickly, even though the policeman was not talking to me. I quickly beckoned Fatal and the cameraman to move. So we obeyed. Dutiful citizens. I didn't want anything. Fatal, you can ask Fatal. Fatal and the cameraman were hesitant because they could see clearly that place is an ECG facility. So I can imagine that they were thinking that this is for ECG. What jurisdiction does OSP have over this facility? Or what mandate? But I just moved them. So we moved. And then we did the interview. So when we finished, I walked back into the yard. And of course, the security point is the first point. So I met the policeman who had come to sack us. We looked into each other's faces and I passed. Nothing. I think I was expecting that maybe he would commend me that, hey, lawyer, thank you for understanding. Because he wasn't even talking to me. He was talking to the journalist, but I just moved quickly. So he said nothing to me, and I also just passed. So I think, playing it back, I think I expected that he would commend me for my behavior, but none of it. So I just went past him. Then, so as I walked, as I told you, so I've gone past the security post towards the reception. Then I heard somebody say, you. So when he said you, there was nobody in front of me, but I think because the sound was high enough, I just turned. And when I turned, I saw that he was a soldier. Then he continued, we allowed you to park in this yard, and you went out to conduct interviews. Next time you come and do that, next time you come here, I won't allow you to do that. So I shot back that, oh, no, he has no powers to prevent me from going to grant an interview. That's not right. He doesn't have any power. So then he kept quiet. That was it. So I continued walking. So you see, another 2 to 3 steps. I kept walking. And I heard another person say, as for me, so obviously, as I said, because I turned and spoke with one soldier, when I heard something again, I had to turn. So that's why, you see, I told you that I'm at least 5 to 7 meters away from ahead of the soldier. So I turned. Then he pointed fingers, extended his hand, pointing his fingers at me. That as for me, next time you come and do that, I will show you. Of course, I'm a lawyer. A soldier cannot intimidate me. Why? This is a country of laws. So I said, how? What can you do? Because we are talking about civil law. I'm not in a war with him where I know that he will just shoot me to death. We are talking about civil law. We are in an OSP compound. You are telling me that next time I come here, you will show me. But I said, what can you do? You don't have any power to do any such thing. Because I'm looking, which law have I broken by going out to grant an interview? So when I did that, I'm sure he was surprised. Maybe he doesn't know I'm a lawyer or something. Let's leave that. Maybe he doesn't. And of course, let me say this in passing. This is not the first time soldiers have maltreated citizens there. There's a senior police officer they did that to.
So is that at this point that you were picked up?
No, not. So now let me continue. Actually, I'll show you. Then when I say you can't do anything, no. Then he now told me that I'm a stupid man. What? So I said, you are also stupid. So we exchanged stupid. You can't do anything. He said he would deal with me when I come. I said, you can't do anything. You're also stupid. Then one of my lawyers came and pulled me away. Then we went. To answer your question simply, the time I was picked up, no. So like I said, that's not the time. I was picked up later, about 1 hour, 20 minutes later. I have a way of calculating. I don't think because you want a summary, we will not do the calculation. But about 1 hour, 20 minutes later, whilst we're upstairs in the meeting room dealing with the issues for which I had been invited. So that's when I was arrested, but not over here. So one of my lawyers pulled me. Then we went into the reception, and then I met one police lady on my way to the reception and told her I'm coming to lodge a complaint against the soldiers. She said nothing to me. She passed to go there. So then I also went in there. At the reception, I requested to lodge a complaint, but they said it had to be a phone call. I couldn't it's not like I could enter any office and lodge. They say it's a phone call. They will assist me. 15, 20 minutes later, when we were going upstairs to go meet the team that had invited us, they still hadn't been able to help me to do the complaint. So we went. Then, when we went upstairs and sat down, then the first thing we tabled was that we want them to do some preliminary checks on what happened there. Because I was traumatized. I wonder why a soldier would just abuse a citizen like that and, will not get redress. So the team agreed. Mr. Abraham Ablomensa, his chief of staff of the OSP, and lawyer Albert Paddington. So they came down to do some preliminary checks and came back about 45 minutes later and said, the soldiers, they didn't say the soldiers. They said there are counter accusations against me. So in that case, I should just write my statement. Then an administrative inquiry will be held. Because for them who are meeting us, their mandate doesn't include that administrative inquiry, so they can't do anything about the situation beyond what they have gone to inquire. So then I wrote my statement and finished, and then we continued. Then we came to the business of the day, and that business was, okay, we are here to collect information from you for further investigation, blah, blah, blah. That's the allegations I made against Kisi Ejabin. Then I said, but this Abraham Ablomensa and lawyer Paddington, we met them last Wednesday and told them that the minimum we would do is to meet OSP board because Ablomensa and lawyer Paddington are subordinates. Ablomensa is chief of staff at the OSP. Obviously, he's not the OSP. He's not the SP, the Special Prosecutor. Lawyer Paddington is a lawyer there. I don't know what his title, official rank is. But also, obviously, a subordinate. So we said, no, you can't investigate your boss. So please. And this is the third time we've come here, so we are not coming again. That's it. That's the end. We will not come here again. Then they said, okay. So then Ablomensa turned and said, okay, we should wait. He's going to consult. He returned 15 minutes later with the policeman, Evan Sopoku, and then said, okay, he has brought Evan Sopoku to come and arrest me. So, and remember I told you that that's about 1 hour, 20 minutes after the initial incident. So he said he's brought Evan Sopoku to arrest me. So quickly, I told my lawyers, sometimes lawyers would want to argue. I said, look, I don't want us to argue because obviously we've hit them hard. So they will try to use some communist interior tactics. So I told them, no, let the policeman arrest me quickly so that, when we say arrest, we soon come to that. So that I can write my statement, then we get bail and go. Because, they've been hit. You see, Jabin has allowed the Furiata to abscond, and that has crashed his career. You see, Jabin will never recover from this incompetence for the rest of his life. You have to answer that.
So when they picked you, and then what happened next?
They're picking because you are rushing. If you don't have time, I can go. But that's not the procedure. The picking is let me show you. So when they say arrest, so Evans Mensah, Evan Sopoku, this policeman came. He touched my shoulders. You are arrested. This. You are not obliged to say anything. Like we say, if you say anything, we'll write it down, blah, blah. So I say, yes. Okay, then they brought the papers. Then quick. Maybe 10, 15 minutes, I wrote my statement. Then, okay, next thing. So meaning that I've written my statement. So grant us bail. They said I was obstructing that soldier. A soldier that I was walking, I'm in front of him 5 to 7 meters minimum. He calls me, abuses me. I reply and I continue. They say obstruction, but no problem. So we say, give us bail. Then once again, Ablomensa said he will go and consult and come back. He came back about 30 minutes later and said, bail granted, but the condition is that bring landed property in your own name. So I laughed. I mean, I burst out into laughter because it looked ridiculous. Somebody, the soldier, is abused a citizen. You say I should bring landed property. So we thought it was a joke. So we said, no, please vary the bail conditions. Then once again, he said he needs to go out and consult. So he went and consulted, came back 15 minutes later and said, no, they are not going to do it. I should bring landed property in my name. So quickly, unfortunately for me, my office is, even if you walk 10 minutes away from OSP. So I said, okay, I asked one of my lawyers. Fortunately for me, I had this indenture, documents covering the landed property in the office. So I just showed one of my colleagues that when he goes, you find it. So my colleague left quickly to go and bring the document. Then Abloment stepped out again and came back about 3-4 minutes later when my colleague had left and said, oh, but even if he brings it, they cannot verify it that Wednesday night. So, and it's late now. So for them, when I say late, so that was somewhere maybe 6:20, 6:30. So they are close. They can't do that. So the policeman should take me away. That's AJ, the policeman who had come to sack us, and then we complied dutifully, you know. He should take me away. Long story short, so you're picking, then apply. So the policeman handcuffed me. He said, yes, bring your hands. I brought my hands, then they put the handcuffs, and then next thing, I was whisked away. I didn't even know where we were going. I couldn't call family. Then, can you imagine, to add insult to injury, the first soldier who questioned me and I replied and he kept quiet, he was asked to come and escort us. He was sitting at my side and it looked very bad. It's like, today we'll show you. You figure, say, you can talk. Now, so I protested that no, that soldier cannot provide escort. So when we got to the security gate, AJ, the policeman who was now driving the car, asked the soldier to get down, and then they brought a policeman. So a policeman who was not part of the exchanges, he now escorted me. I don't know where. They took me to BNI headquarters, went and made some entries, and then they took me to the regional office of the BNI, Kawukudi, near the other side of 37. And then handed me over to them. So then over there, we had to do some entries, and then before they would put me in the cells, etc. So we did, and then eventually, next thing I knew, we had called.
But were they specific that they were picking you up based on the altercation with the military personnel, or you telling the lawyers at the OSP that you won't deal with them, you want to deal with the board?
It's the altercation of the military man.
Okay.
Me, like I said, to be fair, the first one, he asked me a question. I answered. I'm not a difficult person. I don't want to escalate. My case will be against the other soldier. He is short, very short. I would identify him. I'm sure in due course we'll ask that they be paraded, and then I will easily identify him. The other one is taller, dark. They are different. I don't want him. He's asked. He's a soldier. He's asked the question. I mean, he's made his views known. Next time you come here, I will allow you. Then I've answered that one, and he kept quiet. So I don't want to be like military person. That military man, the short one who did that.
I need a clarification here. So when you say you have not been charged, but they say you are obstructing a public officer, what's the difference between being charged and being told that you are obstructing a public officer?
Okay, so our procedure in law is that if there's a suspicion of a crime or actual evidence of it, the due process they usually do. It's not compulsory, but it's become the practice. Okay, so it's practice. So sometimes people will just say law. So they'll first give you a statement. You see, when the police came to touch my shoulder, you are under arrest, blah, blah, blah. You are not obliged to say anything, but if you say, we'll write down, blah. So that's called caution statement. Caution, like the way you warn. But we add ED to it. Caution. We use the past tense. Caution statement, not caution. If you write that the ED is wrong. So caution statement. So you write it down, and what it means is that they are investigating. So that's not a charge. When they are done with that statement, then whether the same day, if maybe they've long investigated the whole case and they are done, as soon as they are done, they can take another piece of paper and write that, look, okay, we are charging you. So, Kojo, let's get this very clear. When we say we are charging somebody, in practice here, the charging is done in the office of OSP the office of CID or police station or Yoko, the law enforcement agency. That's where the charging is done. So when you are charging somebody, it's a statement. You write on the letter, like they have stationery, where they write, blah, 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 we are charging you for the offense of this. It's written on paper. What do you say? Then you also write your statement in response. So that's, you've been charged. The one that happens in court, when they take the person to the courtroom, the first day, the charges are read and explained. That one is called arraignment. Arraignment. That is not charging. We don't charge, ordinarily, we don't charge the person in court. The charging is done in the office. Of course, what I mean is that if, let's say, the person absconded and they arrested him and they came and kept him in court, you can go and do it there. I mean, but not like before the judge, maybe they're holding cells. All we need to distinguish is that you don't charge the person when the judge is sitting. That's not it. No, it's an administrative procedure where they write on paper. We are charging you with the offense of so and so and so and so and so. What do you say? Then you write, or you can just say no comment, or even you say you won't write. If you say you will not write, you will just proceed. So we've not done that second statement that they are charging me. The first one which I wrote is called caution, warning. We are investigating. You want to talk? If you will not talk, well, we'll go on.
Okay. All right. Martin, I'm grateful to you for joining us this morning on the show.
Oh, back with you? Is that it?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we are with you.
So I want to thank Ghanaians. Let me just show appreciation. Professor Okwe, Tadio Sorry, Lawyer Susu Xavier, Dafia Mepo, Hassan Ayar, Mama Ayarga, all the lawyers that spoke us. I thank Ghanaians for the support. The fight is on. Kisi Ejabin will leave that office. This incompetence we've never seen. It will not happen. He won't keep that office. That much I'm very clear. So the fight is not ended. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin Kpebu there. So you've heard it. He says it was caution statement, and so not officially charged.
Yes, it hasn't been officially charged. Yes. And
So on caution, you can be given bail.
I'm even because even the bail conditions on caution, yes, you can be given bail, but even what he was charged with under Section 205 is a misdemeanor. You know, you have misdemeanor, first-degree felony, second-degree felony. So misdemeanor is more or less the lowest of the categories of crimes, and for him to bring landed property and all, it's like what you call killing a fly with a sledgehammer. I think they really went overboard.
All right, Prof, just some 30 seconds on the OSP. Oh, you want to take it? I'll give you a minute.
It's rather unfortunate Kpebu had to go through this. If that happened to any Ghanaian, I would have said the same thing. But I've seen a similar trend when, under this administration, when an officer or high-profile officer is about to be removed. You know, it happened always, the IGP, the High Court judge, and the rest. And then we have a similar one at the coming up, EC and the rest. So when I see a similar event, it draws my mind back to those things. But I hope it's not the same thing. You know, the recent backlash against, let me say this, OSP, they have a very robust website. I don't know if you have taken time to check. Robust, among the institutions I've checked. They've listed all their cases, the ones they have finished, the ones they are yet to, a very robust one. But you see, the recent backlash against the OSP stemming from, I think, four things. One is on the views of people, selective justice, procedural overreach, and I've also seen a similar thing about issues on targeting political figures. These are things that in the public domain we have heard or we have seen. Do we allow this to continue? It's a challenge. For me, we must not rush in abolishing the OSP office.
Okay.
But then we should be able to strengthen the legal clarity and then procedural boundaries. Okay. For instance, issues about assets. We should clarify how do we give bills, freezing of assets. Those things are very important if you can have clarity to those things.
Okay.
So we should be able to strengthen that area.
Thank you very much, Prof.
But it's interesting to know Ora fighting against OSP. It's not interesting.
The decisions are working.
Mr. Gara, maybe you ought to have a bite on this.
Yes, certainly. I would. I'm interested in this as a young lawyer. These matters are very, very interesting for me.
Oh, but this is news to me.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't know you've been called to the bar.
Yes, I've been called to the bar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that.
And we have not added Esquire to your name. Edward Karawe Esquire.
But you see, when you sit before your seniors like this, you know, you're nobody. But then, you see, the point is, the questions I just want to ask is that, is it part of their duty to insult people? You know, the soldiers, the police. Whenever the police even appear or attempt to arrest you, they insult you. Is it part of their duty to insult people? No. And this matter has been settled long ago in Ghana. Because in 1972, Asante versus the Republic, instead of arresting the guy, the police officer forcefully took the keys from the accused. I mean, Asante. And in the course of it, there was struggle. So there was a fight. He tore his uniform. He beat him up. He beat the police officer up. So you see, the state prosecuted him for assaulting a police officer. He was only guilty for tearing state property because the uniform was state property. But the police officer was wrong. Because if you are going to arrest, you don't seize keys. In this particular case, they have come there. You, a soldier, is it part of your duty at the OSP office to insult people? And of course, is it because you are in uniform? If I were in the shoes of Martin Kpebu, I would retort. Because after all, I'm a human being. I've come here for something. You are there as a soldier, policing the place or doing whatever. I've come there. Why will you insult me? So if I insult back, what has he done? In any case, you have arrested him. Do you have to handcuff him? Why? You know, they just want to deal with him, as they said in their statement, as alleged by Martin Kpebu.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay.
Why should you handcuff him?
Okay.
Tell me, the man is not as bulky like you.
Okay.
You are well trained and everything. You are a number. Why do you still handcuff him and put him in the car?
Okay.
This is just disgrace they want to bring to him. And you see, we should all be worried. If we allow our police and then institutions to behave this way, we are finished.
Okay.
It can be any of us.
All right.
And they'll just beat you up and insult you, and you cannot insult back.
Okay.
Then when you do that, they now say that you have created a confusion, you have obstructed them.
All right.
That is, in fact, it's a matter.
We need to deal with it. Thank you very much. But where do you stand? Should the office be scrapped, or should we strengthen and probably talk about the SP himself?
Well, there are two things. I think that it takes time to fight corruption. And no one, even with our Attorney General, many years up to date, they have not been able to fight the corruption.
So the office should not be scrapped?
So the scrapping should not happen. We should reform it.
Okay.
If we think it is a new law that has come, they've started implementing it. If we think that there are weaknesses to it, even with the law and the operations of the office, we should strengthen those ones rather than scrapping it.
All right, thank you very much, Edward Karawe there. This one says, good morning, hope you're doing well. I like your batakari. And it's coming from John Summer of the Controller and an Accountant General's Department. And then my own friend and brother, Rashid Abrobra, he is the head of credit for my own bank, Taman Rural Bank in the Western region. That's one of the highest, the good performing rural banks in Ghana. I remember when they were talking about capitalization, they had about ×5 of the capitalization they were looking for. Taman Rural Bank is a very good.
And they should give more loans to farmers at 2%.
Well, Rashid, you're watching us. They say give loans to banks. Rashid Abrobra of Taman Rural Bank, good morning to you. So I had Professor Isaac Bodi, is Dean of the Accounting and Finance Department of Faculty, not Department, at UPSA. Kwame Nkrumah Botu is General Secretary of CPP, and Edward Karawe Esquire is former General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union. Nkrumah is also Esquire. On Zoom, we had Awal Wepia, President Farmers Association of Ghana, joining us, and also Kwame Obuade joining us there. Now, Ghana, let's talk water tanks. Do you know the secret to real water storage? It's simple. A young person told me that the secret is that it has to have a tortoise on it. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, then it's not a correct tank. The tortoise tank, Syntax tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong, durable, and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntax tank has got your back. So go outside today, check your tank. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, then it's time for you to upgrade. Join the Syntax tank family today and enjoy water storage that's tough like a tortoise. Call 0244 335 168, 0244 335 168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents across the country. You can also shop online at syntaxgh.com. Syntax tank, a strong, a tough. And then again here on the AM show. Okay, let's take a break here. We'll be back with more. Do stay with us.